I asked my friends if they would interview me and ask me all those difficult questions that everyone wants to know. And so I brought my really good friend here today, and I'm going to let him introduce himself because the voice will just soothe you right into the interview.
What's happening, party people? My name is Khalil Ekulona. I am a host, media journalist, a hip-hop artist. How did that, because look, I know that being a battle rapper is very different than recording projects, you know? I think of the conversations that we were having back in the day, the really excellent battle rapper Cannabis.
Right.
People were anticipating his album, and I remember conversations, some people saying that they felt, man, it didn't hit them the way they wanted because they're like, he's just so different as a battle rapper as he is when he's rapping and doing other things. Talk to me about that transition in your skill and craft. Did you find it hard to transition to start making albums and songs and projects?
I didn't, but other people did. And you said something very valid. Being a great battle rapper made me unmarketable to labels because they are like, battle rappers can't make albums. You know, nobody wants to listen to you talk about people for 3.5 minutes. What are you saying? And I would come and be like, oh, no, I have a really good song.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, nah, we want to see you battle somebody, you know?
Gotcha.
And it took me a long time to break free of the battle rap circuit. Like, to get to do a show where I'm performing, you know, I could always battle, and I could travel all over the U.S. battling people, but I couldn't book a show because there was a reputation because of a lot of battle rappers can't transition to that. So I had to stop battling and say, no, I don't do this no more. I had to literally say, I'm retiring. This is it. I don't battle.
You had to put
and
it out there.
Then put out my own album myself.
Gotcha.
And go, hey, listen, y'all, look, I got other skills.
Talk to me about that first album.
I named it Who I Am because that's what I wanted it to be. I wanted people to play it, and at the end of the last song, you had a real good sense of the type of person I was, the type of music, you know. And I did that myself under my own independent label because I was just kind of tired of trying to fit the mold of what was popular then. It took me forever to put the album out, and by the time I released it, which was in like 2015, I had already put out albums for a bunch of other artists because I had my label for almost 10 years then. Put my city on, especially in D.C., that I was like, wait, how about you make an album and show people what you can do and then see how that goes? And then it transitioned to, oh, wow, you know what? This girl can make some music. She can actually rap.
Yeah.
But it took a real long time to break free from just being a battle rapper.
Talk to me about your process when it comes to making songs, because a lot of people think that, you know, I remember when I first got with my crew and learning how to do it, it's like, okay, cool, intro, everybody, you know, 3 16-bar verses and 8-bar choruses in between and outro, and that's it. And then you hear album after album and song after song after song, that's it. And then there's people who approach hip-hop where they're writing songs. You know, there's like a difference. There's like a standard arrangement and cadence for a hip hop song, and then there's like songs. You know, you think of everything from Stevie Wonder to the Beatles. They're writing songs. Hip hop songs, I feel like for a while didn't get the respect that the other forms of songwriting gets, unfortunately. Right. But then also got rather repetitive.
Right, and I realized that because when I first started making music, and again, you have to remember, people were figuring it out as we go, but that was what you were taught. 8-bar hook, 16 bars, 8-bar hook, 16 bars, 8-bar hooks. And then people don't even have 3-minute, 4-minute songs anymore. They're two verses and a hook. And then it started to be, hey, half a hook, half a verse, hook again, bridge, you know.
Yeah.
So I do think that my first project I made, I was trying to be clinical with the formula. But then when I started mixing spoken word into my album, and I do both, with spoken word, there is no flow or no cadence. There is no bar. There's no break into the hook. You're performing the word, or it's more dramatic. And I think that that is kind of one of the things that sets me apart, because I don't have that repetitiveness. You know, I have a formula, but I don't care about. I get the words out, and if it goes into something bridge or the beat changes or whatever, I go with it. I write it to that.
Bet. I like that. You know, I'm interested and curious about like your voice when you're writing, when you're sitting down lyrics. Are you a person who gets up in the morning, does some yoga, has some tea, break out your pen, play stuff on the headphones and write lyrics? Are you writing lyrics on napkins? Are you writing lyrics in the car? Some people I know, one of my homies from my crew, he's taken I'm still analog, as you can see. I got my pen and pad right here.
Me too. I still like paper.
Yeah, because some people are like on their phone. Like,
I can't
I'm
do
them
that.
on the phone, and I'm like,
I cannot do that.
It's real hard. It's real
very hard for me to do that. I still like paper. I still write my lyrics down. I do have a quirk. I don't know if it's a quirk, but I can't write multiple songs at the same time. Like,
yeah.
I have journals and rhyme books and all kinds of things where I write. Right, but when I go to make a song, I have to go in with intent, and then I have to finish that song lyrically, like all the bars are there, all the words, and then I can move to the next. So I always sit down consciously, like I go and say, okay, today I'm gonna take this beat and listen to it, and then I let the song speak to me. So it's like a layer. Like I just finished this one song that's on my new track. It's called Cool Dude, and like we went in.
You did a song about me? Thank you.
You don't want to say that.
Oh, a word. Okay, bet.
It ain't that good.
Okay.
They ain't cool. But, you know, because of the energy of it and the passion of it, you know, I was like, okay, let me make the hook first. Let me put that in my brain, and I listened to it. Then I did a bridge, and then I put that in. Oh, okay, here comes these lyrics. And then I wrote the verses, and I went back and recorded that. I don't hear the full song until it's done.
Okay.
Like when I put all the pieces together, it's like a puzzle up until then, and then I listen to it. And once I'm done putting my words in, I'm over it. It's gone.
Okay.
And then I'm on to the next one.
Okay. You said you let the song listen to you. For me, one of my pet peeves and things I would advise friends who are making music or young people as they're writing, I said, listen to the music, the track, the music. You know, you can know what key is it in and all that stuff, or you could just use your emotions. And I'm like, does this track lean for you to brag about how dope you are? Or does this track lean to telling a story? Or does this track lean to sound of it, the feel, the emotional, the musical colors? Does it lean to being introspective?
That's how I get to what the words are going to be.
I
let the music tell me what does this invoke in me? Like, what am I thinking about when I listen to this? Like, and then I'll drop down little keywords. Like, and then I'll be like, okay, I see where this is going. And then I'll take it another step further. And then I go, like, if I'm, like, for instance, Cool Dude, I went and I put in the word Cool Dude. And how many ways can you say say Cool Dude? How many different phrases of that could you say? What else is cool? What else? What does cool mean? What does it do? I break it down that far because I am very conscientious of the words. Like, they need to resonate. They need to be lyrically. Like I said, I'm a teacher of Redman. Like, you gotta get you can get to the point, but how are you getting there?
Yeah.
You know, you can say it.
I'm a fan of artists who don't use the N-word a bunch, who do show, I have an extensive vocabulary.
Yeah.
They get there, and particularly artists who don't curse a bunch either.
I've never cursed a bunch. I've never cursed a bunch.
Every once in a while, if it fits,
okay.
it makes sense, but not a whole bunch.
Personality-wise,
yes, exactly.
It fits what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I've always been like that. I sometimes
like Rakim.
Sometimes I think it hurt me because I don't curse a lot, you know? I think it does, like, especially when you're up against where we're talking back in the room about the misogynist and the aggressiveness of women rappers right now. Like, I come off soft.
Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. There's a lot. Let's give the female artists who have been out, let's say for the past 10 years, their just due. Because if you look at it, they are the top artists in hip hop, and they have been at least for 10 years. They're in the commercial level,
in the commercial ground.
They really are keeping it alive. But to me, it feels like a good number of them are keeping it alive, reciting similar themes or lyrics to that 2 Live Crew tape.
I remember they was burning the
They
albums,
was trying to ban
NWA
it.
albums, Snoop Dogg album,
Yeah.
Ice Cube. They were burning them, you know,
Yeah.
and women were like, no, we're not going to accept this. And no, we're not, you know, we're more than, they used to call them chicken heads.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the other one? It was hoochies and
Skeezers.
skeezers. And we were marching in the streets to stop that. Now, who you marching for if the girl is saying it?
Yeah.
How do you justify that it's wrong if the women are saying it? You know, I just feel like I applaud the fact that we got to a point where we can be ourselves and stand our own ground and be sexy and powerful and you know, have that. But I think we forgot that the whole point of that was so we didn't have to do all those other things.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're just selling it too much.
So as an artist who's a grown woman, not a younger woman, who's a grown woman as an artist, that you just kind of intimated to it, there's a little bit of pressure for you to be taken seriously to take that route and approach. Yet you are not doing.
Do a live show. It reminds me why.
Talk to me about that.
And I literally saw people covering their children's ears and walking them out, you know. And then I come on there with my family-friendly, let your light shine, use me up, you know, think positive, you can do anything message. And then I walked off stage like, I did the wrong set. Dang, I don't know, maybe I messed myself up. But then when I went back in the audience, women came up to me and they were like, you know what, thank you. Because I was just telling my daughter that we can't come to any more of these shows.
Yeah.
You know, and they were so appreciative that I gave them something that they didn't have to walk the kid out for.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just like, I knew it was a family-friendly event. It was in downtown Nashville, you know, like it was not the club.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's when I do shows and people come up to me and they go, you know what, thank you. Because I actually liked your song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I heard the words.
I heard the words.
You know, I
It
appreciate you doing that. And that's what makes me not give up on it.
It wasn't Olympic style twerking.
Right.
And everything going on up there. Okay, so as how do I want to say this? You went from thinking, man, I did the wrong set. I didn't conform. I didn't do what everyone else has done to conform in order to get attention. I'm not dancing and dressing like the rest of them.
Right.
I have done this thing on my own. Now, where the record exec may not be able to see that, the actual audience responded to you.
Right.
In a way with appreciation and whatnot. Does that give you more confidence to come out and do your own thing the way you want to do it?
It does. It does. I did the African Street Festival recently. And you know, at the African Street Festival, if you curse one word, they turn you off. And I was on the side stage where the food courts and stuff were. And I was performing. I was doing my song, Use Me Up. And there was this little girl. And she was just jigging and dancing her little heart out. And her parents were just laughing and giggling with her. They didn't be like, oh, come here, girl. You can't dance like that. You know, it was... Those moments is what makes me be like, oh, you're doing what you want to do. If I don't feel, and I always say this, if I can't go and play my song in front of my family and my friends, then it's not me. You know, it's going to come across to my fans that, oh, you just trying to be like them. Because you don't even act like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't twerk. You look crazy twerking. So why are you talking about stuff you don't do? You know?
Yeah.
And it goes back to my cousin and being a child of hip hop. You don't talk about things you don't do.
Yes.
So I would look silly up there talking about, oh, yeah, give me your money and I'll do this. Because I'm not, everybody going to be like, girl, come on now. We know you.
Yeah, get out of here with that.
You look silly. Why you got that on? You know?
Yeah. And that's the thing about being authentic. And it's like that authenticity in hip hop is real gray these days.
It's gray. You can't fake that. And I don't want to present myself in a way. I say this to gangster rappers and like the YNs. if you present yourself as someone with guns and violence and stuff, that's what's gonna come towards you.
That's what's coming. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to put that out there. I ain't no gangster, but don't push me. You know, but I feel like I want to listen to my music and go, oh, I like her. You know, I like
dope.
her.
She's
dope.
somebody I want to listen to.
Yeah,
I feel good, maybe even inspired listening to her stuff. So talk about being inspired. Let's talk about this album you're working on.
Man, I think now that the music is coming out, I'm getting chills about it. You know, because it's so different having a team of people who you ain't got to explain it to them. They know you don't curse. They know you're not about misogyny. They know you don't sell. You're not about a Birkin bag and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have to, oh, y'all don't do this. You know, they already know and respect that. And they let me, you know, whatever ideas I can come up with. It's like having like an opportunity where you can be like, you know, I always wanted to see if we could take this piece of this song and make it. And I could send that to somebody and they'll be like, okay, what you think about this? I'm like, oh, that's dope. You know, like one of the songs I'm working on it's going to be called Hey Listen. When they sent me the track, they had sampled me from some of my old songs off of Who I Am with the scratches in the mix. I didn't ask for that. But when they sent it to me, I was like, oh, that is dope.
Okay.
So that song, I was like, oh, you got to come with your best bars on this, Bam. You have got to be lyrical. I need you to be able to flip it. I need you to, you know, be in the pocket. So when I heard it, when it was done, I was like, oh, yeah, this is pretty damn good, you know? And it's been like that, everyone. Like every time they send me something back, I'm like, ooh.
Who are the producers you're working with?
So Derek Harvin is our production director of our production team, and he handles everyone. But there's Claude. I don't know what I missed his last name up, but there's Claude. There's Franklin Schaff, and these are musicians too, and hip hop heads, you know. And the good thing about it is they went back and they listened to my music. They watched videos. They got a feel for my voice and my cadence and my bounce, you know, and stuff. And they challenged me. I love to be challenged. Like, don't just give me a 92 BPM.
Yeah.
Push me to 120. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I stay in this pocket, but let's go. Let's see what happens if I come out that pocket. You know, and that freedom, I think, is what's making this like a creative dream for me. Like I could just think of things.
That's beautiful.
And they happen.
I'm excited about that you took the challenge on of doing at a faster BPM clip, because I'm all about like boom bap, hip hop and everything, the 90s golden era, but I'm like, we danced a lot.
That's a lot.
It wasn't so much chilling 808. We had a lot of 808 in our stuff, but it was upbeat. We were dancing. And so, because I like that, I'm like, yo, 110, 107, let's go.
Let's see, you know, and that's how, you know, that's not in my zone, but let's take me there, you know. Let me see what I come up with, and I've been coming back like, oh, this is, I got it, you know.
Can you tell us the name of the album?
No.
Okay, that's a secret.
You know,
okay, so but what's the theme? Like, what do you want us to feel or have discovered after listening to the entire project?
I want to sound elevated. I want to sound like I've stepped my game up. I want to sound like kind of like I sit in the underground, but I'm a little bit above it, a little bit bougier, you know, a little bit more polished, it's very musical, because, you know, my whole tour things I'm on a band, so we're writing music that will transition to a live band. Okay. Anyway, so for me, it's like I want people to be like, oh, okay, I see where you've been doing. You've been elevating your craft. It has to sound better than what I've been doing every time when I make an album. Like, I feel like when I go listen to it, I should feel like I've stepped up. I think that's the overall theme. I don't think I have anything to prove. I don't think I'm here to prove I can rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think I've already done that. I don't need to prove that I got skills. I've done that. I don't need to prove that I'm marketable. I've done that. This is like, okay, she's on her game now. She has a team of people who support her, and it's more of like getting the opportunities that I couldn't make for myself.
Now, in a way, this is not your first project. You've done all these things that you just said you proved, but you are introducing yourself probably to an entirely new audience.
Totally new audience.
And a new generation of hip-hop listeners.
Globally, because my label does not care about the United States.
Yeah. I mean, and that's smart, because there's 8 billion people on the planet. And I talked to artists when I was in New Mexico, California, and out here in Nashville. It's like, you could be worried about trying to sell your record in the United States, but that's only 300 million people out of 8 billion. When I was traveling overseas last year in Southeast Asia, I heard a lot of different hip hop. I'm like, there's a lane for everybody. And their money is good too.
And one of the things that earlier our president was saying to me, he was like, I get it. You got a good reputation in hip hop. People know you, but hip hop underground in the United States, it ain't no underground in Japan, and it's all mainstream.
Yeah.
And I've experienced that, because even with my last 2 albums, my sales are not in the United States. My sales, my core fan base is Egypt, Australia, the UK. I have a lot of people in like mid Sudan type area, because they are not exposed to, they're still in that nostalgic hip hop. They still want lyrics. They still want musicality. So I think I learned a while ago, like, don't even worry about them.
Don't worry about the States.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
So as making hip hop for the planet, not just the block, not just the neighborhood, not just the city or region that you're representing, making this project for the planet, being refined a little bit, being just maturing.
Yeah,
and evolving from
word.
The underground, coming from the underground, but showing what the underground can be in the next few stages in things. What does it feel like to you to be emerging in this sense?
Oh my gosh, I don't think I've actually accepted it. I don't think it's hit me quite yet, because like I've just been doing the work. You know, like, okay, yeah, I got this opportunity. Ooh, I signed a record deal. Okay, great. Here I am. I'm checking all the boxes. I think that if I really sat down and thought about what it really means for me, I might get a little overwhelmed. But I recognize it.
After the record's out and you've gone on the tour, you can sit back. Because sometimes people want to think about the destination rather than enjoy the journey.
Yeah.
Feels to me like since your cousin had you at the park spitting that verse in the cipher, you've been enjoying the journey and going with the flow of things. Is that right?
Yeah, for sure.
Not forcing anything.
Not forcing it. And kind of like, oh, well, I do. I've never had the pressure of pleasing another group of people, because I make it myself, you know? That's one thing I think is that I'm very much learning. Having a team of people, like, who knew? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so used to doing everything myself. That means putting the albums up, doing the marketing, doing the content, making the flyers, making the album covers, figuring out the artwork. It's just being able to go, okay, this is what I want. And then be like, okay, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's been different. It's been so refreshing, and it allows me to be creative.
That's what I was about to ask. Does having that help allow you to dive into your art with reckless abandon?
Yeah, my job is to make a good album. That's it. I have a say, and I have a role to play in what the image is and all those things, but your job is to make us some great music. That's all you got to do. Yeah. And for years, I always say Bam is the last person to get the attention, because when you're all the hats, when it's time to sit down and be creative, you gotta make the time for it.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's very nice to be able to just be an artist for real. I'm
saying, and people think, I think social media made people fool out, because they think that, you see producers on social media, I made this song in 30 minutes, or like some people go on and rap, and it's like they don't know how tiring it is, how much energy, mental, creative energy that you are expending in trying to write and produce and record a song.
Even going in the studio and performing the verses themselves. Like I put my full energy in. I don't go in the studio unless I have it memorized. I know what the ad libs are. You know, I'm performing it.
Yeah.
You have to have your breath. You have to be able, come from your diaphragm. Like all those things I've learned in theater, I apply. And it's so funny because my producers, they laugh at me all the time because I'll do multiple personalities on an ad lib. And I'll be like, okay, I'm about to be Lakeisha, so turn her down a little bit because she's going to be yelling and stuff. And it'll be a totally different person on an ad lib. Or I'll be like, okay, like, again, this one song I did, Cool Dude, I was like, when they were mixing it, they were making the pretty voice the lead. And I was like, no, that's not who the lead is in that song. It's Anna. And they were like, who is Anna? And I was like, I labeled her Anna.
Anna. Okay.
You hear how she's saying it? That's who you want the front.
Okay.
Not the nice one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I did a spoken word piece called Black Flowers, and it's very poetic, and like you're doing spoken word, but when you're doing it to music, you still have to keep the timing.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have to keep in pace. And I was just like, oh no, we need the smooth chick to be the lead. And see, now they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And they like, oh, okay, because now when I send them 3 completely different vocal tracks, they were like, okay, which one is who is this?
Yeah.
So I started naming them different names.
Yeah. Who was LaFonda?
Yeah. So I do that. So when I go in the studio, it's like a performance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm tired afterwards. You
You should be sweating.
Sweating. You should be right.
Yeah.
You should feel exhausted. And I if I don't strive for that, then it ain't ready.
When is this album going to be ready?
Oh, we're talking about May.
Okay.
Of 26, a single on my birthday in January.
Okay.
We're picking those now. I'm just I'm just pulling beats out the pot and writing.
Right.
Make a song, send it out.
Go for it.
Just keep piling them in till I can get enough. I honestly think we have the single, honestly, but
See what they all like?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to try again. You said you can't tell me what the album is titled, so you can't tell me what the album is titled. I get it.
I know. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm fumbling with, because my name is JusBam.
Mm-hmm.
All one word.
Okay, word. Nice. I
You know
like
what I'm
it.
saying?
I like
JusBam, all one word. Because I always have to tell people, it's all one word.
Before we close, people ask, like,
Oh, then
what's
we
your
gotta go.
top 5 and all this stuff? Give me a list as they come to you. Albums in all genres of music that have influenced you to the point that we may hear a little bit of those colors of influence in this project.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Top of the brain, Portishead Dummy.
Bet. Nice.
Okay. Glory Box. Second one, Felice Russian, Forget Me Not.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Redman, Doc's the Name.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. Oh, I got another one where I got some go-go in there. Gotta have a little go-go. I can't tell you who that is because I don't know if I'm going to get to use it yet. But there's some go-go in there. But I grew up listening to Junkyard Band, Backyard Band, Rare Essence, and I actually was at the go-go. So I feel like I need to incorporate that. It's a lot of female MCs in there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm channeling some Bahamadia. I'm channeling some MC Light, some Nonchalant.
Yes.
Sweet Tea.
Yes. Okay, you taking me back.
I'm taking. I'm going like I want to challenge that Bahamadia, especially Collage.
Mm-hmm.
Blew my mind.
Great album.
Great album. She was smooth with her voice. She wasn't too aggressive, but lyrical.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of those words, I had to look them up,
Mm-hmm.
to see what they meant. If I went outside of hip hop and say, I'm really going into like the funk era, almost that organized noise, fun, playful, we're having a great time kind of vibe. I think that's what we're missing. Nobody sounds like they're having fun anymore.
No, they don't. They're sounding like they're trying to make
like
money.
somebody's making them do it,
Yeah, people sound like they're trying to make money. They're trying to take your girl or your
Yeah.
man or
Why
your
everybody
partner.
yeah.
They're
Or
trying to threaten you.
Somebody that died. Like,
Yeah.
why everybody always got to die on the
Yeah,
track?
or
you know?
or it's about their ops and enemy, and then it's about their struggle to come up. And it's like, all right, can we have fun? I have a feeling. Well, I had fun with this, And I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of fun listening to your project.
I hope so.
JusBam, thank
you know you're going to be first one I send it to. Like, okay, tell me what's up.
Yeah, I will send it to you.
Like,
definitely.
after this, we need to go to the car. I need you to hear, like, a couple songs. Like,
Okay.
I feel like, yeah.
Okay, bet. Look, well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this. I feel like, see?
I really appreciate
this. This was easy.
This is easy. A lot of fun.
I handled it. I did it.
Yeah.
It's because when you're talking with your friends. So thank you so very much.
Thank you. Y'all make sure you listen. JusBam's record is coming out soon.
Thank you so much. So this is a conversation with friends, y'all. You got a little bit of insight about me. And I didn't have to look at my phone.